Joining us now is Laura Clyde, the Children's Program Director at Grace Centers of Hope. Laura, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate having you on. We've had plenty of people on before to talk about different programs at Grace Centers of Hope, so we're familiar with a bit of what you do. But for those who have never heard of Grace Centers of Hope, tell us about the organization at large and then give us a little bit of information on the children's program.
Yeah, so Grace Centers of Hope serves populations of people who have struggled with homelessness, addiction, and abuse. We do have a 1 year life skills program that offers shelter, meals 3 times a day, as well as classes that they'll take and case management. So while moms and parents are working on sort of getting their feet back in play, we have a free childcare center called Hands of Hope that's just across the parking lot from our Women and Children's Center. So moms can drop off their kids and get free childcare. We offer academic support. We offer social and emotional learning, and we just have an awesome staff that loves on our kids and gives them that consistency and stability that they may not have had before.
And so when kids are going through that program, is it typically because of something in their life that requires some additional help, or is it in partnership sort of with what's going on in the main building of Grace Centers of Hope, particularly with, I would assume, their parents?
Yeah. So our kids come to us with their parent. So when their parent comes into the program, they will often bring their child. Sometimes we have moms or dads that have full custody of their children. Sometimes they're working on getting that full custody back. So some kids we do have part time, but the kids do come in with the parents. And so they are with us at Hands of Hope if they are within the Grace Centers of Hope community, whether that's in the 1 year life skills program or in our aftercare program that takes place after that 1 year, where they can rent a home in one of our 56 houses in the community.
And so, Laura, as this program is going on, these kids are in this program. I would imagine, especially for the younger kids, it's tough for them to understand exactly what's going on with their parents and why they're in this new facility with all these different people that they, I would assume, also have not met before. How do you bridge that gap with these kids and get them to both understand where they're at, why they're there, but also engage them in those things that they need as kids, like education and playtime and socialization?
Mhm. Yeah, so that is a huge challenge, when you have a kid that's been moving around their whole life and they really haven't had that stability. So, the first thing that we try to provide for them is to make sure that their basic needs are met. So, that means food, clothing, shelter. They're not going to trust us until they feel safe and their needs are met first. So, once they kind of get to that spot, that's when we want to sort of nurture their emotional needs, and we give them love, honestly, just by having our staff talk to them and talk through tough situations. We deal with a lot of behavioral challenges with our kids here because they're angry or they're hurt or don't really know how to process emotions. So a lot of our job is teaching them, what are you feeling, what do you need right now, and how do you communicate that so that it's not coming out behaviorally.
We're joined by Laura Clyde on today's edition of the Megacast. She is the Children's Programs Director at Grace Centers of Hope. You can learn more information about Grace Centers of Hope, including their children's program, by visiting gracecentersofhope.org or by calling them 1-855 HELP GCH, 1-855 435 7424, and ask about their children's program. Laura, these programs are great for these kids and to give them a little bit of stability while their parents are trying to find some stability in their life as well, and all those other things we talked about, like socialization, recreation, education, all those things. But this takes a lot of community support, like everything does at Grace Centers of Hope or with other nonprofits as well. And so you have an upcoming event. The Night of Hope Gala is going to be happening actually tomorrow on Friday, November 18th at the Townsend Hotel in Birmingham. Is there still ability for people to participate in this event tomorrow night?
Yes, there are still tickets available. There are very few. Our ticket sales have really gone up recently. So if people want to go to gracecentersofhope.org, they can get tickets there. Tickets are about $150 each, but it'll be an awesome night. So I definitely would recommend joining.
Yeah, more information can be found gracecentersofhope.org/night-of-hope, or just click on their Night of Hope link at the top of their page, gracecentersofhope.org. Registration begins at 6 p.m. With cocktails and hors d'oeuvres at 6:30. The program is at 7 o'clock, and all the festivities run until about 9 o'clock. Again, that's at the Townsend Hotel in Birmingham. More information and to purchase tickets at gracecentersofhope.org. Laura, we know about you tell us about some of the work that you do and overall what happens in the children's programs at Grace Centers of Hope. What sort of support is needed from the community to make these programs possible and to make these programs continue to run as people come in and out of the systems at Grace Centers of Hope?
Yeah, we rely on our community to be able to run and to be able to do what we do. One of the biggest things people can do is volunteer. You can volunteer at any of our departments here at Grace Centers of Hope, but definitely in our children's program, we have volunteers that will come in and hop into the classrooms. Our kids just love to play. So even just having somebody hop in and get down at their level and play with them and talk to them in a way that maybe they haven't been talked to before is a really, really huge deal. Another thing that, of course, we rely on is donations. So that can be a monetary donation, but we also take donations of diapers and wipes because that's something that we do try to provide for each of our families here. And here in our daycare, we do mow through diapers really quickly with all the kids that we have. So we do take donations of clothing, formula, any types of items that you might think a kid needs. We do take those types of things as well. But even just attending an event like Night of Hope is supporting our children's program because all of those proceeds are going to go towards Hands of Hope.
More information again can be found on all the programs at Grace Centers of Hope at gracecentersofhope.org. You can also go and learn more information about their children's program on the website too, or call 1-855 HELP GCH 1-855-435-7424 and ask about their children's programs. And one more time, their Night of Hope Gala is tomorrow night, Friday, November 18th at the Townsend Hotel in Birmingham. More information can be found again, gracecentersofhope.org. Purchase tickets and find out all the fun stuff that will be happening at this gala that also all goes to send proceeds to support the children's program at Grace Centers of Hope. Laura, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Have a good one.